Hi everyone! In this video, I'll be sharing my understanding of chapters 1 to 6 from our lesson in Science, Technology, and Society. Each chapter shows how science and technology shape human life, development, and our idea of the good life. Chapter 1 is all about historical antecedents in the course of science and technology. Science and technology have developed from simple beginnings to the modern innovation we use today. In ancient times, people discovered fire to cook food and keep warm, and used stones and metals to make weapons and tools. During the medieval period, scientists like Hippocrates studied medicine, and Galileo Galilei explored the stars using his telescope. In modern times, inventions like the light bulb by Thomas Edison and the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell changed how people live and communicate. Here in Philippines, we also have great examples of innovation. Roberto de Rosario's karaoke, Maria Orosa's banana ketchup, and Dr. Abelardo Aguilar's antibiotic erythromycin. These inventions shows how Filipino creativity contributes to science and technology. Chapter 2 is all about intellectual revolution. This chapter is about great thinkers who changed how we understand the world. The Copernican revolution, led by Nicolaus Copernicus, taught that the sun, not the earth, is the center of the universe, changing how people saw space and religion. The Darwinian revolution, introduced by Charles Darwin, explained that all living things, including humans, evolve from earlier forms of life. The Freudian revolution by Simon Freud also focused on human mind, showing that our unconscious thoughts influence our behaviors and emotions. Other civilizations also made big contributions. The Mayans built calendars based on astronomy, China invented paper and gunpowder, India created the concept of zero, and Egypt advanced in architecture and medicine. These revolutions remind us that science comes from many cultures and times. Chapter 3 talks about science, technology, and nation building. Science and technology play a big role in building a nation like the Philippines. In the pre-colonial period, Filipinos built balangay boats, farmed using natural tools, and using herbs for medicine. During the colonial period, new technologies were introduced, like printing presses, modern schools, and irrigation systems that help farming. After independence, the government established agencies like Department of Science and Technology or DOST to promote research and innovation. For example, the Philippine Rice Research Institute or the PhilRice helps farmers produce a better rice. Through these efforts, science and technology continue to help our country grow stronger and independent. Chapter 4 is all about human flourishing in science and technology. Technology helps us discover and create, but it can also control us if we're not careful. For example, cell phones and social media connects us to people, but they can also make us dependent and distracted. The idea of enframing means when human starts to be controlled by technology instead of using it wisely. That's why art and creativity are important. They remind us to stay human and express ourselves. An example is when people use technology to make digital art or music. This shows creativity instead of just a consumption. This chapter teaches that we should balance technology, humanity to live fully and meaningfully. Chapter 5 is all about human flourishing as reflected in progress and development. Real progress isn't just about wealth or modern cities. It's about living in harmony with nature and people. The idea of developing rich countries means that instead of focusing on profit, we should aim for sustainable living. For example, countries that use solar panels, electric cars, and recycling programs show real development because they care for the environment. In the Philippines, simple actions like planting trees, reducing plastic use, and supporting local farmers also show progress. True development happens when science and technology improve the quality of life for everyone, not just for the rich. Chapter 6 is all about the good life. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics teaches that the good life is living with virtue, balance, and purpose. Happiness is not about money or fame, but about doing what is right and meaningful. For example, a teacher who uses technology to inspire students, or a scientist who creates medicine to save lives is living a good life because they use their knowledge to help others. In modern times, living the good life means using science and technology responsibly to protect the environment, improve education, and make the world a better place. True happiness comes from becoming a good person who uses knowledge for good. From chapter 1 to 6, I learned that science and technology are not just inventions or discoveries. They are part of who we are as a humans. They shape our cultures, our progress, and our future. But most of all, they remind us that true development and happiness came from using science wisely, living with purpose, and caring for others.